Greetings, lords and ladies. Welcome to Viscentia. My name is Artenin, and I will be your rulebook guide going through each chapter, and we will be walking through and demonstrating all of the different parts of the rulebook. Chapter 1 is our introduction. Hello. We are putting together a game system that has fantasy elements as well as historical backing. How this is different from the systems we've created in the past is we're relying more on the historical factor and less on the fantasy, but tying in the fantasy elements that are mentioned in history. Viscentia in its name comes from Latin, Viscentia, which is meaning living. So we have a living Larp. The reason we chose that name was because our games continue even after the event through the online roleplay forums and online community. Viscentia.com has a plethora of different things you can see on it. The rulebook area, of course, a lot of the pictures and videos. The LARP groups can make their own groups on our website, and we'll have a map of all the different places to get started. One of the other things that we try and do is work with other game hosts and other game systems. If we can work in collaboration to help their events and in turn help grow our system, we do that at every turn we can. Our goal is to try and create a high immersion setting for you to live out your characters at multiple different locations that are close to you. Unfortunately, some people have experienced issues with other game systems where you have magic negating armor and physical ability. In Viscentia, that is not the case. Magic is very special, and it's rooted in history of things that the people back then didn't understand. They called it magic. You will find a number of different professions: apothecary, herbalism. You can be leathersmith, blacksmith, all the traditional trades to play out as your character. You obviously have the knighting system, the heraldry system, and the ruler system in place like it was back in the day. You will be able to work your way up, get knighted, and someday potentially be king and queen. When kingdoms battle and politics fail, we have the big battle, and we do everything we can to make those as fun and safe as possible. The idea is to get large battle battalions together on big fields and play out what's going to happen in the storyline. And we don't invent that storyline, you do. The players do, through their character interactions, through their kingdoms, through their realms. That is what brings this thing to life. So if you have armor and you really like playing in the historical groups, Viscentia will have a place for you. You're not going to be negated by a bunch of spells, so if you have your expensive suits of armor, those are going to count, and those are going to work very well for physical melee. Biblically speaking and historically speaking, we had mentions of things like mermaids and giants and those types of things, so we do have additional races. While they may not be completely mentioned in history, we do have more of the traditional fantasy races such as dwarves, elves, orcs, etc. The idea here is to provide enough character optimization through multiple different skill sets and races so that you have fun playing your character. Signing up is free. Hit the register button up top, fill out the general information, and begin your journey. You don't have to know much. You can change your character name and put your backstory in later, but this way you're able to see what events are being held in your area. You can see all the stuff that's not available to the public when it comes to general questions and things you may not want, out in the public interwebs, and gives you a sense of that community where you can contact us directly through that system. The website does have its own web app, so follow the directions once it prompts you to install on your favorite phone, tablet, or PC if you wish, as well as turning on notifications. It also has an email system set up, which is turned on by default. If you do not want to receive emails, simply go into your profile and turn off notifications that you don't want to receive. As with all of our systems we've ever put together, your data is completely safe and we do not sell your information. So we have a connected vision. We want to bring as many people into the game as we can, and we want to help you and your friends and family get into the amazing hobby of live action role play as quickly as you can, as safely as you can, and to explore all the different elements that a live action role play has. Viscentia is a little bit different in that it has a lot of historical references. The magic and most of the abilities within our system do come from historical reference, meaning everything in the rulebook does actually have some significance throughout history. On Viscentia.com, you will find a host of tools for people who want to start doing games, hosting practices, and getting people together. Viscentia has many tools that other game systems don't, mainly for LARP hosts, people who want to host their own games. If you don't have a LARP near you and you want to get involved in one of the most prolific LARPs of our time, Viscentia is now helping others do just that. On our website, you will have tools on how to start a LARP group, how to get land and locations like this beautiful castle that's behind me, how to get players, how to correctly advertise and market events, and get a user group that'll keep coming back time and time again. Viscentia.com has forum-based roleplay between games, and our objective is to connect all the different locations and LARP groups through the storyline. This makes it very easy for you to travel from one place to the other, while doing that out of game also makes sense in game. We try and have scrolls, we have our own experience point system, heraldry, as well as ranks and the ability to transfer coin between players, not only in game, but out of game. We try and provide our hosts with a lot of budget-friendly prop options and to help players and hosts go from low immersion to high immersion. Each year, we try and host at least one world game if there's enough hosts to do so. Our history dates back to about 2010 when we started our first game system called Myths and Legends. It ran for over 10 years and had dozens of hosts spanning multiple continents. We learned a lot during thousands of different events, hundreds of different games, and working in collaboration with different hosts on their needs and wants, as well as players' needs and wants. Viscentia is the culmination of all of those efforts rolled into a new system, and we hope you enjoy what you see. If there's any comments or questions you have, please feel free to reach out on our forums, in the community, or post below this video.